Coach, thank you for joining us on the call this week. If you take a moment to tie up the win at ECU, please, and maybe your plans for the open week as you get ready to face Cincinnati on the 14th.
Well, it was a great team win for us, and it's always good when you go on the road, and because this is such a tough conference, and it's really tough when you have to go into someone else's stadium. And it's a third straight game that we have rushed for over 300 yards. And then you look at the job that our offensive line is doing, and then Dearness has been his third straight 100-yard game. And I was just very pleased with our offense. Finally had some explosive plays, very explosive. Our wide receiver, Valdez, ended up having a really good day. He had a 75-yard run, and it was just really good to see him really play well. And then on defense, we had a pick six, and we had 2 turnovers, blocked a punt, but just a total team effort. This week we still have fundamentals and technique. We still have a lot of things that we have to get corrected, and we need to just continue to improve as a football team and just get better. Each player knows that they can play much better than what we're playing, and we need to just take this week, make sure that we have some bumps and bruises that we need to get healthy and just get ready for the following week as we get back into conference play with Cincinnati.
We'll take questions for Coach Charlie Strong, please. It's *1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue, then the operator will introduce you.
We'll take our first question from Dan Tortora with wakeupcalldt.com.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing well, Dan, and yourself?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. To look at, obviously, something that I know is off the field, but has to do with what Quentin Flowers is doing on the field. Why should he be, in your opinion, a Heisman Trophy candidate, a Heisman Trophy finalist? What is it about him, in your opinion, that should make him special to those watching all across the country?
Well, he is so critical to our football team, and if you remove, a lot of times when you look at the players that are even just mentioned for the Heisman race, know how valuable they are to their team, and that's how we feel about Quentin. Each and every week he's a guy that leads the offense, actually leads this whole team, and when he is on, we all are on, and he just plays at a different level. And I always talk to him about just making everybody else around you better, and that's what he does.
And then as far as moving forward for you, there's a lot of focus offensively on what you're able to do running the ball and just coming off of a game with almost 400 yards rushing. But defensively, now that you have this open week, what can you say that you have taken away, some of your assessments of the defense through 5 games at this point for your team?
Well, we're very aggressive on defense. We're getting the turnovers that we need to get, and the key thing is on third down, we're getting off the field. But our defense right now through these games, through this midpoint right now, has played very well, and we know we can get better and we can improve. And then whenever you realize that and the players realize that, then you feel like you have something good.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate your time.
All righty, thank you.
We'll go next to Mark Marducci with Philadelphia Inquirer.
It's just a little off base. Your last 2 games have been against Temple and East Carolina, both impressive performances. But can you talk about maybe something from both of those teams that kind of stood out for you?
Well, Temple they're going to be a team that is going to be very physical with you, and that's what they're built on. Temple tough, and it's when you walk into that game, you have to be ready to go play because it's going to be about just at the point of attack and how aggressive they are and them trying to knock you back. And the thing about East Carolina is you look at the players that he have right now. He's playing a number of young players, and they're getting better. And you look at that game against Connecticut. They went on the road and beat Connecticut at Connecticut. So they're a really good football team when they don't turn the ball over, and that's like any team. But you see, both teams are improving. Both teams are getting better. So it's not like you're looking at 2 teams that having each and every week, just like us, steadily improve and just getting better and better.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Joey Knight with Tampa Bay Times.
Coach, you had talked a lot about how important it was for your offense to start fast and you did that this game. 3 touchdowns, I think, on your first 4 possessions Saturday. Did y'all do anything differently in terms of your approach or play calling going into the East Carolina game?
No, we didn't, Joey. Just that guys just stepped up and made plays. And, look at that first drive. We were able to move the ball down the field. A lot of different people touched the football. And the second one, you get Valdez going, and he makes a big run there. But offensive line did a great job of blocking. But when Quentin, when he started off and he hit those few passes, and they made those big catches, and then we were able to get some run game going, then it was nothing different at all. It was just the guys executed, and when their number were called, they responded.
And it was just last week you were talking about Mazzy and how much he has progressed, and he goes out, has 4 pass breakups and an interception. What do you think is his best attribute as a defensive back?
Right now, Joey, he's playing with a lot of confidence, and that's the thing about it. When you get a defensive back to play with confidence, then they don't feel like anybody's going to catch any balls on them. They're going to be knocking it down. They're going to be intercepting it. But it's just been fun to watch how he has developed and how well he's coming on. He's long, and you want long corners like that. Because, they got length. And when you have length, you're able to knock down, some of those balls. You look at the one, he batted down. I told him, both of them. You remember the one in the end zone, he batted down, and there was a receiver in the area. And then when him and Nichols hit, the ball went up. And I said, oh, God, don't let that receiver run under it. With the one right down the middle. And but it's just he's playing with a lot of confidence, and it's just and that's what you want from a defensive back.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you, Joey.
We'll go next to Ronnie Woodward with the Greenville Daily Reflector.
Hey, Charlie, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Ronnie, and yourself?
Good. I'm working on something actually about attendance, some of the attendance numbers within the league, and just looking at y'all, obviously, and being ranked in kind of the lead team in this conference and some of the other schools, big schools that you've been at in the past. Is there anything specifically that USF or you or anybody is doing to try to boost attendance? I know it's a tough market and everything there, but to try to get that number a little higher potentially?
Oh, we are, and everybody's on board with it. And I actually had a conversation with our mayor here, and I had a conversation with our board, with our Chamber of Commerce board, and I just said to them, you have a really good football team, and we just need the support, and we need everybody on board, and we just need people to just come out to the games, and that's what you want, and it's we play in a really nice arena, so. And there's so many positive, and we just got to continue to just talk about it, get our student body behind us, get our administration here at the university behind us, and then we'll get those seats filled.
And what did you think playing at ECU on Saturday? ECU leads the league in attendance, and the atmosphere seemed to be really good at times, but it kind of tapered off as y'all took control of the game there in the fourth quarter and late. Just what did you think about your impressions of Greenville and ECU?
Oh, I was very impressed. I was very impressed how they came out. I think it was announced. I mean, I wasn't for sure. I heard someone tell me that, they had 35,000, which was really great. And they came out. You're right, the fans came out. Because it's more about support, and it's more about, it don't matter who you play, and that's the way they looked at it. Now, they're playing a good football team with us, but you come out and support your school, and at the end of the day, you're cheering for the players on the field, and you're cheering for your university. But I was very impressed at the number that showed up.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
We'll go next to Leo Haggerty with It's Sports Magazine.
Good afternoon, Coach.
How you doing, Will?
Coach, obviously the bye week helps the team get healthy. What's the one or two things you want to accomplish during the bye week from a coaching standpoint?
Well, you still got a bunch of games left to play, and then there's corrections that you can make with certain defenses, certain things on offense in the kicking game that you just haven't been very good at, that you feel like you should be much better at. so you get a chance to really work on that. And then you have some players that you just knowing that you got the second half of the season to go play, and you love to see them get a lot of work in because you've seen your ones. Now some guys there, that guy who's playing at 6th or 7th place with your offensive line, or, there's a backup or two in the secondary or a defensive back. The linebacker that you need to get them some reps.
Coach, Cincinnati's your next opponent, and they take on UCF at Nippert Stadium Saturday night. I know it's early, but is it a chance to get a look at Central Florida and just compare them to who you're going to play next, or is it just something you got to put on the back burner?
No, you can't, because, there's still a lot of football still left out there. And we just have Cincinnati next, and that's our next, that's our only concern, because it's still a lot of ball left. We just got to make sure that we take care of our business and just go, one at a time. And that's all that matters.
Thank you, Coach. Enjoy the bye week.
All right. Thank you.
Coach, thanks so much for your time today. We look forward to hearing from you again next Monday.
All right. Thank you.